Libras, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast for February 8th through the 14th of 2016. I'm Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to click the link for more information because the signs are different. All right, Libra, so this week we've got a lot of easy aspects, which is quite nice because there's been a lot of mixed energy last week, and then before that, very transformative. So easy, and that's really what we make of it because during these time periods, if it's easy, we can either kick back or we can actually move forward with this energy. So it's entirely up to us. But I always lean towards, using these easy times to cultivate our goals and move forward with whatever it is we'd like to move forward with. Now on Monday, we do have a new moon in Capricorn starting off the week, which is quite nice, building a lot of solid foundations in Capricorn there that has to do with your roots. So around this Monday time period, reflecting on where you want to set roots for the next maybe 6 months or during this lunar cycle for the next 2 weeks. This might have to do with home, maybe with family or your health are good areas or typical areas of that fourth house, but anything that you consider your personal life or your roots in life. So with the energy quite low, and I think your energy is a bit low on some regard with your sun down here, although you're probably quite motivated right now at the moment with Mars in Libra. It is good to, at least around Monday, go within, take that reflective time to plant those seeds and set those intentions. Now the new moon is going to be squaring up to that Mars, so I think keeping it nice and balanced. This is coming off of the weekend, as you can see here. So the key with this is if you're feeling a bit of the frustration or wanting to plow forward but having to be patient, this is another important consideration around Monday. So bringing awareness to the ego, to the self, and that can help balance out that Mars energy. But in either case, seeing where you can constructively move forward in that slow and patient approach. Now the new moon is going to be sextiling up to Uranus, making it quite exciting perhaps with those new beginnings, and even quite disciplined since it'll be sextiling up to Saturn as well. Now, also here on Monday and going into Tuesday, we have a couple aspects with Chiron, both of which involving your ruler, or one of them involving your ruler Venus here on Monday. So with this, you could be feeling quite rejuvenated, quite healed with Venus in harmonious aspect up to Chiron. Could just be feeling good. So with all this, I think your focus is still very much on perhaps the daily or immediate stuff in your environment with Venus in that third house. Maybe it's more about the communication, the reading, the writing, the daily activities. And so whatever that is, a good area for that. And it has been an area of transformation, with your ruler going over Pluto last weekend. So now this week, it's much easier to work with. And like I said, you could just be feeling quite refreshed. Now, going into Wednesday, we have Mars trining up to that Chiron. So this is very good for a lot of these drives and motivations, which I think a lot of you are pursuing with Mars in your sign. So I think it's an excellent week for continuing to cultivate your goals, your passions, your drives, maybe your relationships, maybe even the financial or material aspects of life, since Mars rules both your second and your seventh. And I think you'll find a lot of that quite healing as well. Now, as we go into Wednesday, Venus will be trining up to Jupiter in the North Node, your ruler. So you guys could be feeling quite optimistic this week. And again, probably as a result of a lot of this transformation that's occurred. So whatever it is, there's this new life path that's shifting for you to cultivate your group sector. You've got the North Node shifting into your 11th. You've had Jupiter here in this 11th for about the past 6 months. So more positive energy for you to cultivate your friends, your networks, maybe be a part of groups or community things, being a part of basically things larger than self. Now, it's not always social and extroverted in that sense. It could be that maybe you're cultivating your visions, maybe something progressive or technological, which could be the case as well for some of you. So enjoying that on Wednesday, and that's positive support for that life path, and vice versa. I think you're going to have a lot of positive support just for you through that optimism, and probably again to maybe read, write, share, or communicate, which has been Venus in your third. Now, as we go into the weekend, Mars will be sextiling up to that conjunction. So if you do feel that motivation to pursue the networks or the groups or whatever these visions might be for the future, I think it's an excellent weekend for that. Now, it's just an opening because it's a sextile, but it does create that opportunity to channel some of that motivation into this new life path of yours. All right, Libra, so have a great week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.